The Banks Committee this year introduced this legislation which will protect consumers in the wake of past and future security breaches. Equifax, which is, of course, one of the three major credit reporting entities in the United States, suffered a massive security breach, and it's been estimated that in the course of this months-long breach, credit card numbers of over 200,000 customers were compromised, and about 182,000 had personal identifying information accessed by hackers, including information such as names, social security numbers, birth dates, addresses, and even some driver's license numbers. And this illicit release of so much sensitive financial information belonging to such a large number of people really caused so many of those affected to have a great deal of worry and uncertainty and fear about what might happen to their own credit ratings and how that might be negatively impacted, and the nightmare they might have to deal with in order to get all of it straightened out. So, of course, even one stolen credit card number in the wrong hands can spell disaster for the rightful owner's credit rating. If you multiply that time after time after time by the large number of people affected, and see what a potential disaster this could be for society at large. So this legislation, embodied in Senate Bill 472, is hugely important this year.
This is an issue that continues more and more each and every day. We don't see fewer of these credit breaches. We see more of these credit breaches throughout our nation. All you have to do is open up the newspaper or turn on a TV and you hear whether it is through Equifax or whether it's through Home Depot or whether it's through Whole Foods or whether it's through some other company, that there are more and more data breaches each and every day. And even not only that, we have privacy breaches through companies like Facebook and others that continually just erode the confidence of consumers all over our nation, whether you're young, old, or in between, and where people do not have confidence that their information is not going to be breached or their information is not going to be secure. So this is, as the Attorney General says, an iteration on the things we have been doing over many years. A few years ago, after the Anthem breach, we had passed a law that I had championed with the support of everybody here that said that we have to finally have our health information encrypted, no longer on an analog basis. So as we see more and more of these kind of credit breaches or security breaches or data breaches, we have to continue to protect our consumers. The folks who are impacted by this are usually the least who can afford to pay for, continuing to pay for locking or unlocking their credit score. And so we should make sure that we give them greater control and greater flexibility, and that we stand up for our families all across the state of Connecticut. It does not just affect retired persons across our state, but it also impacts younger families, but it also impacts our children, because many of our children have their Social Security numbers, but in fact there's no way in which we can protect that. So we will continue to fight for ways in which to protect our families, stand up for them, and ensure that we are on the cutting edge of ensuring that they have confidence that their data will be protected here in the state of Connecticut.
I think it's an excellent bill for consumers, because it really starts and ends with a premise that when consumers are victimized by a data breach, and that victimization is never, just virtually never their fault, it's a business or not-for-profit that got hacked, it's not the consumer who should bear the burden of cleaning up the mess, but the industry, which profits significantly from having access to an individual's personal information.